Hey guys, welcome to another episode of day trading or trying to become a day trader. So, turns out I recorded like about 35 minutes of content and it all got corrupted or whatever. So, I wasn't able to show any of it. So, I'm just going to quickly review kind of what happened and what I was looking at. So, I was explaining here just before I ended up realizing the video hadn't saved. I was looking here this we can see here that the previous day low was swept, and then as well previous week low was swept as well. I remember I'm not going to go through everything. I'm just going to rush through this real quick, just because it is getting quite late, and I can really feel the fatigue coming in. Anyways, the idea was, if we are going to go for a scalp based on this, it swept the liquidity and we're kind of playing the other side of whatever it sweeps. So in this case, it swept the previous day low. We first try to confirm with a change of character. We can see here we had a change of character, and then we're trying to at least get in using the 62. So you put an entry in on the 62. Um, as you can see here, I kind of lined that up. I didn't end up taking the trade. I wasn't looking at it, but I was just, quickly going through it for here. With a quick scalp like this, you're really only trying to get to a 1-to-1. We can see here that it's basically almost hit it. It's struggling a little bit. Maybe it won't work out, but at this point, you'd be it's not much of a trade, but you would be you'd be trailing your stop loss. So if it end up going against me here, would probably get break even, or I would have my stop loss here. If we're playing on the 1 minute here, we'd have our stop loss maybe right about there. We can see here it kind of fills that gap, and we're only aiming for 2-to-1. At that point, you have a better risk to reward, but I'm not. Um, I wouldn't be risking more than personally. I wouldn't be risking more than 0.15 to 0.25 on this trade, just because the success rate isn't that great. I would say it's, with what I've done before, anywhere between 70 and 90%. I know that's quite a big range, but I didn't do this strategy too much. Or I didn't end up testing it too much. I think I did like 8 or 9 trades. I think I mentioned that in another video. Had some results there on the sheet. It might have been uh, yeah, I can't remember exactly what it was. But anyways, you're not aiming for that much. You're just trying to get a little bit of money in your pocket using this strategy, and you're in and out pretty quick. That's kind of the idea of this one. So, I mean, here it's retracing. I don't know, maybe it wouldn't work out. So at that point, I would probably, if I'm seeing it retrace this hard, I might even um, call it quits, just because with news coming up actually pretty soon here. We check here. Actually, it's not till 2:30, so we're good. Another 40 minutes. It was for Euro that the news was coming out. So, um, anyways, we'll see if that plays out. I'm not gonna sit here and wait for it to happen. But you basically, if you would have played your stop loss better and your entry better, you would have for sure had the 1-to-1 that I mentioned. Here, I was basically just charting stuff up on GP. Well, GPUSD, JPY, and Euro USD. They're all just going short. I wasn't trying to be aggressive with anything. Today was a bit of a long day. I was mentally tired, so I wasn't trying to scalp anything. I didn't have the energy really to be doing that, but I was looking for trades. Seems like it's just continuing to be short. I wouldn't play anything right now to do with the pound, just because that news is coming up soon. So we can see here on Euro USD. Let's switch over real quick. It is just based on that news. It has just been knifing down. So it has smacked through this daily fair value gap. That's not relevant anymore. And we're kind of going to see how it reacts to this area. I feel like there would be some support in this area. As we can see, there's a buildup of liquidity. There's more news coming out for the Euro USD pair here, because the US dollar is reporting at 7:45 a.m. Okay, so, and that's my time, by the way. So yeah, you'd be consider entering for shorts, but here it's just impulse so strongly down right now that we would have to see a little bit of retracement before trying to get in for a trade. So I would not recommend chasing at that point. I did here have an idea with gold. I wouldn't say it's the best idea or anything like that, but just for experiment case, I'm really not risking a lot. I think it's like 0.15, 0.16% it's quite of an aggressive trade. I just want to see. I'm using these order blocks, as you can see. There is some liquidity below these, some equal lows. So I don't love that, but I'm using a combination of BPR, the fib, and an order block to try to target this higher daily fair value gap. I don't feel like I'm being too greedy here in terms of my target, in the sense that usually if it is going to remain bearish, which it has been since Wednesday, July the 17th, we can see here that, yeah, it's been bullish since the start of this week. So it shifted, but kind of playing the middle area. That's why I'm saying I'm not that confident in the trade, because the more confident trade I would be definitely taking is a short. I don't really see a clear short area, maybe off of this 62. I don't like how the BPR is right above that area, to be honest. So short is not that clear for me. Anyways, we're just trying to go for a trade here, just to experiment. But yeah, I'm only aiming for half of the daily fair value gap, which isn't, in my eyes, too greedy. If it wants to remain bearish, it would come up here. Usually what I've seen is it will take half of that daily or 4 hour, significant fair value gap, and then reject if it's going to continue with the trend, which, like I mentioned, as of the 17th, it has been bearish. If we zoom out, though, on the weekly, or even the daily, we've been bullish for a long time. So it has been kind of ranging back and forth, back and forth. So it made a new high last week. So yeah, I don't know. There isn't a crazy amount of confidence in this trade, but I think, especially with the stop loss being so tight, but I just want to see if I could get a little cheeky sniper entry here. I would not take this on my real account, but as I'm mentioned, I'm trying to get more confident in my ability to trade. So we're just getting back into the groove of things. I need to get over that kind of fear of not trusting myself or taking trades. So I'm going to be wrong. You're always going to have mistakes. So I just don't want them to be as big as the one I took a few days or last week. This was risking too much, and as I've mentioned, there's a bunch more reasons why maybe I shouldn't have been taking that trade. And most importantly, I didn't manage it right. Also, I will when I wake up, I'm going to be checking in on this trade, trying to manage it. I mean, there isn't that much management possible because it is quite of a tight stop loss, but I will be checking in on it, unlike the other one. So my last trade or limit trade. So we'll see. I think now that after me yapping away, we can check in on the trade here on JPUSD. Was it this one that I was talking about? No, I don't think it was. Which one was I looking at? Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah. So at this point, it would have went against you. So it works out sometimes. That's what I'm saying. You sometimes you can, if you had a good entry, or you get in quickly enough or whatever. So literally, let's try to chart this out real quick. So if I would have had, something like this, and I'm only looking for a 1-to-1, boom, you would have got your trade, right? So, and we're talking about this here. So drop down, came up immediately came up, bounced up, built that little gap, and then you would have, if you would have stayed in the trade, we're going to see is you're probably going to get stopped out here. So yeah, the high time frame really needs to be in your favor for that trade to be a lot more success rate to be a lot higher. I do know that uh, I have it in my rule book actually, so I think the success rate is higher that reason, because I would only take that kind of trade if, like, for example, here the previous day high would be taken, and then I'm taking a short and playing this side. So I'm using the trend as my friend instead of here you're playing it long when you can see the trend is being bearish. So I mean, you can still get scalps like that and them work out, but the entry is a lot more important, and they're a lot more risky for sure. Anyways, been 10 minutes. Fortunately, didn't catch any trades today. I'm not going to push it anymore. I'm starting to get really tired, and news is coming up. It's been a news day, pretty busy news day. But we're taking a bit of a risk here with gold, as I explained. I feel like enough. Um, I'm just gonna leave that trade, see if it works out. I mean, possibly it wouldn't even get hit. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Uh, Got to get in the habit of taking trades, and I'm just kind of getting that trade out of the way, so I don't start second guessing myself because I took a bad trade. Sometimes you need to do that. So I'm gonna consider maybe changing my schedule so I can trade more, or some other sessions like the New York. I feel like the London, it's good if you're focused, but actually, I don't know. I'm a bit of a night owl, but I have only like an hour or two before I really start getting tired. So I mean, we'll see. I'm gonna call it quits there, though. Thanks for joining in. If you end up watching this, and yeah, if you guys have any questions, you want me to do something, let me know. I'm down for feedback. All right, peace.